Okay, you all, so we decided to go through my eyeshadow palette collection today. There's some here, there's some over there, there's some down here, there's some all around the room, but we're starting off with these 3 drawers right here. So I'm going to these 3 drawers and see what we can get rid of. So what's up, everyone? It's your girl Gelbeauty 7 here, aka Grace. It's time to get rid of some eyeshadow palettes. So I feel like it's about time I go through my collection, see what I want to keep, what I want to get rid of. And as usual, you all love for me to take you along for the ride. So here we are with all the eyeshadow. So I did the first 3 drawers as you saw in the opening video, and then I'm gonna go to the 3 drawers underneath there. The next time, probably 1 drawer per time, just because I have so much stuff. So this gonna be at least like a 2-week adventure just at my house, and then I have eyeshadow that I've left at my mom's house for a while that I just have not brought home. So I'll have a part 2 coming too. So I expect to see eyeshadow palettes at least twice a week for like a month or a month and a half, just because I have so many of them. But anyway, let's get into this video. So I have I've tried to organize them somewhat in like brands, if you will. So we have I think these are all the Viziarts right here. One more. Okay. We have all of these Viziart palettes here that we need to look over. So let me put that together real quick. Okay, y'all. So my Dark Edit palette, I am definitely keeping. This was one of the very first palettes I got from them. I love the color story of this. I like dark, moody colors with a couple of pops of like deep tone jewelish type color. So I really like this one. I'm going to hold on to it. The problem with me and letting go of Viziart palettes is I like the fact that you can move them around and recreate them as your own. Again, we have another jewel tone palette here. This one I would possibly put in the we'll see pile. So we'll have to see. I can go to the side for now. Then we have the Cool Petite palette. This one actually disappointed me, y'all. That's all matte palette, because I expected it to give me more than it actually did, and it's always sold out. So when I finally got my hands on it, I think it was like the dark purple. It was one of the dark shades that I was excited to use in it that really let me down. And I feel like it was this dark purple in the corner here that did not do it for me. However, I'm still gonna hold on to it because I feel like there's a lot of good transition shades, and I could take some like singles with me on vacation or something and use it. Plus I waited so long to get it till I feel weird like letting it go. This is the Koyish Entendu. So this is basically like another version of the Koi palette. If you all remember, like the huge Koi palette, it's kind of similar to the Seahorse palette from Adept Cosmetics. It's like their version of the Seahorse palette from Adept Cosmetics. You know, it doesn't have like a lot of multi-chrome and dual chrome, but it has some nice pastel shimmers. And this is like the mini or miniature smaller version of it, if you will. I don't think I have used this yet, but I bought it for when I want to go on vacation, because I dare not take my big plastic ones with me lest something happens to them. So I'm gonna hold on to this as well. I don't take a whole lot of fun, unique stuff with me when I go on vacation. I try to keep it simple and small, which is why I ended up with a lot of these, because I'm like, these are little things I can take on vacation with me. Next we have this one. What is this? The Petite Fours Peridot. Again, this is one I just took all the shades out of. So this is my transition shade, and I just picked each one of these as like a shimmer. There is no outer V shade in here, just because of the way it's set up. I think this is the one that I didn't redo, because I redid a few of the other ones. This is one I didn't redo, but again, like I can switch this out with other things, which is why I end up keeping it a lot of times. Plus, I could make a quick 4-pack to throw in my purse if I have an emergency and need to do something. I have like a 4-pack eyeshadow palette with me. This is the Paris one. This is when they started putting like the places on the back of them, which I thought was really cool and really nice. This is what it looks like on the inside. I don't think the purple in this one let me down, if I remember correctly. It's just the purple in the Cool Mattes that let me down. But this one, I feel like I remember it working nicely. Y'all know I can do a nice dark blue or dark purple smoky eye with this, so it's definitely a go-to for me if I have to go on vacation and I want to do a nice romantic eye to go out to dinner. Then I have the San Francisco one. Now, I don't think this one I was as excited about, but it has like San Francisco on the back. Really cute. This to me was just a fancy version of one of the palettes from Juvia's Place, if I remember correctly. But I feel like Juvia's Place hasn't done anything in ages, whereas I still see new palettes coming out from Viziart, so that's why I'm holding on to this one. And I think I'm gonna get rid of the Juvia's Place one in the future. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm gonna hold on to that one. And the last one I have is the Choo Choo one. I think they don't make this one anymore, which is another reason I wanted to hold on to it. I remember this one not being like that great though, not to be mean. feel like the formula of it could have been better. Oh yes, I switched some of these things out in this one too to make it more to my liking. I got rid of one and I added like this purple shade in there, because if you saw on the outside, the purple isn't in there. So I added a purple in here and made it more to my liking. So I can do like pink purple looks or orange and purple looks, since there's some orange in here. So I'm gonna hold on to all those. We only have one, we'll see. And I feel like I'm most likely gonna keep this one, just because, like I said, these are the ones I usually use to take with me when I'm traveling somewhere. So not that much to choose from there. Then we have Makeup by Mario, Elf, and Rare Beauty. Now the Rare Beauty ones I'm gonna keep just because she doesn't really make eyeshadow that often, and I do like to use Rare Beauty and review Rare Beauty a lot. So this is the Magnetic Spirit. My favorite one is Confident Energy, but this is Magnetic Spirit. I feel like this is a miniature version of a Pat McGrath's Midnight Sun, and it's just all shimmer, because it does have a lot of those same tones that palette had, and I wasn't a huge fan of that palette either. I don't know what it is about this color story, it just doesn't do it for me. But Confident Energy, this is the one that I liked the best from her. I like its color story a lot too. It reminds me of something else I already have too, but I thought the formula of it was decent enough. So I'm gonna hold on to it. I wish she would make more palettes like this. I think these came out for holiday one year, and then she never came out with these again, and she kept coming out with those other ones with the giant, I think it's a metal or highlighter, or sorry, not metal, but like metallic glitter or highlighter in them, and I wasn't a huge fan of those. Okay, so of course y'all know Bite Size is where it's at for Elf right now. They're doing all these Bite Size palettes. So I have these two that were somewhat colorful. I liked obviously the green and blue one more than I liked this one with the yellows in it, but I feel like I could use them both together if I go on vacation somewhere, because sometimes I don't want to take my expensive stuff, I just take cheap stuff, and I keep things like this around. Plus I know the Bite Size are really popular with them when it comes to eyeshadow. So this is the hot jalapeno and the truffles one. I know other people with some one other one that they like, I think it's called cream and sugar or something about sugar or something like that, but that one's too light for me, so this is the best one that works for me. So that's why I have these. So I'm gonna hold on to these, even though I feel like Elf usually is just duping out people and you don't really hear much about their eyeshadow, but I like to have stuff in stock in my collection just in case I do need to talk about a brand, so we'll hold on to those. Now Makeup by Mario, this is the Ethereal Lights, and then they came out with the Ethereal Night Lights, the one with the pop of blue in it instead, which I prefer. I was not a huge fan of this one. I just wanted to try his eyeshadow formula with mattes and shimmers and see what it was gonna be like. So Dion Loves Makeup, if you want this, let me know. I know you like their palettes. I want to get that new one that you got with the pop of green in it, because I feel like that would be more my speed. This is just way too neutral with like a pop of pink. So I'll give it to you if you want it. Let me know. And you can have it, and then I'm just gonna buy the like newest one he came out with the green pop of color into it, because I feel like that's more my speed. And then I can use like the blue palette for the blue and the green for the green, and this one just isn't my speed. So we'll put this to the side for my bestie Dion Loves Makeup. Hope you are following her on YouTube. If you are not, you should be. Next we have all these little bitty ones. So we have Nude 3. This is just like a, you know, smoky eyes type vibe. It gives me similar vibes to the truffle one from where is it? Elf. If you don't see here, it's just got more gold and bronze as opposed to like neutral pewterish type tones to go with it, but they are pretty similar. So now I want to do a dupe video with those, so I'm gonna put those to the side. I always end up getting ideas in these videos, if you all did not know, on other palettes or other ideas while I'm filming these. That's a normal thing for me. Next we have Party Glam. Party Glam is just like a nice blue, silver, gold type vibe. I really like this one though. I like when he comes out with somewhat color, so I'm gonna hold on to it. Those are the first 3 quads he came out with in his line during holiday before he started coming out with the bigger eyeshadow palettes. Next we have Bronzy Glam. Again, it's just more of a neutrally boring S type palette. I feel like it's another version of this palette. I think it'd be fun to compare these to each other too, so I'm gonna put that to the side for a comparison if I haven't done it before, because I feel like I compared those with other palettes in my collection, but it wasn't these that we're talking about now. Anyway, then we have the Rosy Glam. Now the Rosy Glam was the one I had an issue with, because this shade right here ended up turning like a weird color in my crease when I put it on there and used it. I like the shimmers in here, but this tone of brown on some of my skin tone does not work out very well, but it's nice overall. I like the shimmers in it enough, and I can just use this as like mix it with another shade to make it work better for my skin tone, since you saw I had the all brown one. So I'm gonna keep those as well. So we didn't really get rid of too much there, but you know, I like having a good variety of stuff. Then I have these few from ColourPop. It's only a few. I've gotten rid of a good majority of my ColourPop, at least when it comes to the smaller things. The bigger ones are hard for me to let go just because, again, I like brands where I can customize palettes myself, and I find that ColourPop and Viseart and Melt Cosmetics and Natasha, Denona, certain brands, you can customize the palette and make it your own, so you can always come up with a new palette that you like, which is why I usually don't like to get rid of those kinds of brands. Anyway, we have this Hello Kitty quad from them. I feel like this would go really good with the Makeup by Mario one, the party one. I think that's why I had held on to it, because see, it only has that deep dark blue, and then you have a lighter blue to transition with, and then you have some lighter blues as inner corners if you don't want to just use that blue or silvers or whatever. So these I had kept to use together, but I think I'm gonna let the Hello Kitty one go just because I think I've only used this one time in a video, and I wasn't necessarily in love with it. Y'all know they're known for having hit and miss quality ColourPop, so this is gonna be our first palette to get rid of. Then I have these. So I was keeping both of these because I was like, I can use these in sets together. So you have the dark and then the lighter one. But I kind of just want to keep the darker ones and get rid of the brighter ones. Because I don't know if it's because of the time of year, but I'm like, I originally wanted to put these together, but now I feel like it's like too bright and too deep to go together. But I think I'm going to put these in the We'll See pile. Because I'm like, I don't know. With the greens now. Let's check out this set. I feel like I just want to keep this set because I feel like these will look beautiful together for sure. But the green ones, they're going to go in the We'll See pile for now. But we're going to keep these. So we got 2 We'll Sees. And really, I just feel like it's honestly this brighter green as We'll See, because I feel like this darker green I would really like and enjoy. But the lighter one, I don't know. So I'm just putting them there together for now. Then we have the Le Belle of the Ball. This is, I think Animal Crossing is what it was. I've never played it, so I don't know. I heard this was an Animal Crossing thing. What I did was I took the green out of one of the Animal Crossing palettes and put it in with these purples and made this my own custom palette. So needless to say, I'm going to keep this because I really like this color story. And this is what I was talking about when I said I could switch them out. So it's like I got one quick eye look right here to use because I can use bronze in my crease and then put this on the outer V and this on the lid in the inner corner. Then I can put again with bronzer, then this on the outer V and this in the inner corner, and get out the door really quickly. So I like having stuff like that around because although I love doing makeup in detail, I may not always have the time to, like, you know, take the time and do a whole lot of detailed makeup, and I want to have like stuff that I can use quick and go. Okay, next we have these. I think I had some other Ulta Beauty that I was supposed to I think they're in the We'll See pile. So what I did was I decluttered my whole collection already, and then I have a We'll See bag of stuff that I'm thinking about if I'm going to keep or get rid of. And I had already put some eyeshadows in there from a time that I talked about it before and still never used it, so I'll do that with you all at the end of the series where I just show you all the stuff I was thinking about, and over time hopefully I would have used it throughout this like month of decluttering my eyeshadow palettes, and then I'll show you all, like, you know, what I use and if I decide I want to keep it or not and all that type of stuff. Anyway, next we have this neon orange palette. This was my least favorite out of all the ones in the collection. And it's not that it's bad, it's just I'm not really into warm tones, so it wasn't that crazy to me. However, I think like they said that you weren't supposed to dye your eyes or something like that. I never had that issue happen where they stayed on too long. So I'm gonna hold on to it because I really like the color story of it at the end of the day. I feel like it screams summer. Okay, y'all, like I was saying, somebody got cut off when my phone got full. Love Fest is from the Love Fest Burning Cherry collection. So when that perfume came up with this eyeshadow palette, and I think like a couple of blushes or something like that. I think they were cream blushes though. But this is what the color of it looks like. The only thing is this is really similar to another one she already has called, I forgot the name of it. It's not the Chameleon one, it was another one that came in that collection that looked really similar to this one. It has a gold though instead of so many oranges, but it's really similar to this. But I keep this one over here so I can have one here, and then I can have one at my mom's house, and I keep that set together. Then we have Toffee Brown. I didn't buy a lot from this collection. This is like the only one I bought from this collection. It wasn't all that. It was still nice though. And my thing with Huda is, since she doesn't make eyeshadow palettes anymore, I want to hold on to them in my collection. It's like memories of past makeup, as weird as that is. Plus, I really like the form of her eyeshadows. Then we have Khaki Haze. So basically all the ones I have here are the ones that I did not love as much, but I want to have them for reference when I film videos. So this is Khaki Haze. I heard a lot of people said they actually like this. I wasn't a huge fan of the formula on this one, just like I wasn't a huge fan of the formula over on the Toffee Brown, but you know, to each his own. I did like the formula on both of these. Like they had the matte warm mattes, and then they had the cool mattes. I prefer the cool mattes, of course, because it's more purplish tone, but This one has a nice little orangey-ish type look to it, and the formula was really nice. I think I bought these off somebody on McGrath, and that's how I ended up with them. I didn't buy them from the store, and if I did, I didn't buy them regular price. Like I bought them when they had them on the clearance rack at Sephora. Then we have the Ulta Beauty Creamy. I think this is the last one I bought, the Ulta Beauty Creamy, other than her last like big palette for the holidays. So this is what it looks like on the inside. I don't really like the formula on this that much, but since it's the very last palette she came out with, I wouldn't dare get rid of it. Plus I like the color story. I just don't like the fact that she tried to do that thing that, you know, Natasha Denona does, the cream to powder, because I feel like the cream to powder didn't turn out as well as it does with Natasha Denona. So I was kind of just like, you can't do this collection if you will. But this is my small hooded collection I have here. I have some more, but I'm actually got a couple of them up for sale on my Mercier page, just because I don't really use them. So whatever I don't keep, you might see on my Mercier. You have to wait and see. I don't know. Some of it's kind of old, and if you want to have it just for memories, then I'll sell it to you. But like some of it, I feel like it's too old to sell. Anyway, we're gonna go to this next set. So I have this Dose of Colors Cutting Edge palette. I feel like this could go really good with the one from ColourPop. As you can see, they have similar tones in them, but they're not like exact, so I feel like they complement each other pretty nicely. Another reason I want to hold on to this, but I'm still debating because these tones are similar to that one. I feel like people don't really talk about Dose of Colors anymore though, which I feel like is kind of sad, because it's like they used to be the it girl. They had a lot of stuff going on. They had lots of lipsticks. They had nice eyeshadow quads or eyeshadow palettes. I don't know what happened to them though. It's like they just disappeared off the face of the earth, and I feel like no one really talks about them anymore. I still like the quality of their stuff. They have changed the formula of their eyeshadows though, since they're not as powdery and as like pigmented, in my personal opinion. They still get the job done and look nice, but it's not the same. So this is probably gonna go in the maybe pile as well, just because I feel like I don't ever hear anybody talk about them anymore. But I do still like their products, so this is why I still have some of them. Then we have these. So you can use my code Gelbeauty87 on Dede Signature's website if you're interested in purchasing anything. I have the Pumpkin Spice quad and then the Plum Perfection quad, and I have some bigger eyeshadow palettes you'll see later on. But I really like her little bitty quads. Again, like if I want to go on vacation, I do want to have something that's unique and kind of fun. I feel like this would be one I could use. And I could use this one with that elf one we saw a little bit earlier. I already put it back in the drawer else. I'd show it to you. The one with the green and like the blue, and then you have the orange in here. I feel like that would be a nice combination. So I'm keeping my Dede Signature. You don't have to concern yourself with that. Then we have the Plum Perfection. I really like the color story of this one. Of course, y'all know I like a green purple moment, and again that green and blue one would go great with this because I like blue, green, and purple. So that little elf thing I could definitely put in work with this. And I also feel like I could put this green with this and make a nice little combination or with these. So I think I can go ahead and hold on to the two ColourPop ones, and we'll only have the Dose of Colors in the We'll See pile. So they got saved because they can be combined with these and make me some more looks. Put those to the side. Then I have these three from Unique Beauty, I believe is the name of the brand. They're in a foreign country. One of them ended up showing up cracked. This one right here. So this shade is cracked and this one is. But as you can see, it has a gorgeous color story to it. The formula is not exceptional, but I like it well enough to hold on to it. Plus, I got it from far away. And I don't know if I'll get anything else from them. I don't even know if the brand exists anymore, to be perfectly honest. I haven't seen anybody talk about them in ages. But they did have some nice color stories. Like, I like the color story of this one as well. Now, these I wouldn't take traveling. These, I feel like I just have to use in the house because they're kind of like sensitive when it comes to like the formula or maybe just the packaging. I don't know. But we have Tokyo 1, 2, and 3. And y'all know this is probably like my favorite color story. And then maybe the second one maybe the first one I showed you, then the second one will be my third favorite color story. But overall, I like them enough to hold on to them, so we're gonna keep them. And then my my Violet Ink palette from Menagerie. I don't know what's going on with them. They're having a 30% off sale right now, but I don't know like if they're making any new things that aren't liquid eyeshadows, because I feel like that's what I've seen them doing. They don't make this palette anymore though, so I'm definitely holding on to it. This was like one of the first few palettes I bought from them. I bought this one. I bought the Feral palette, and then I think I bought the one with the lion on it. I forgot the name of it, but yeah, I love this. Definitely holding on to it. They have since changed from the square packaging to like the circle packaging, so there you go. Next we have the Wicked Widow Beauty palette. This is from the Alice in Wonderland collection. I really like the color story of this because it's unique and like kind of weird. And plus I like pastels, so it was a cute little small pastel palette I could take and do a quick look with. And I like their formula, so that's why I'm holding on to this one. I'm not necessarily in love with the color story, but I like it. Then we have my bestie Deanna Loves Makeup's favorite palette. Shout out to her. She so kindly gifted me this palette. I have only used it one time in the video also to do with her. Hopefully it has come out by the time you go to see this video, but this is what it looks like on the inside. It's a nice little monochromatic palette, if you will. Nice, simple formula to it. I don't want to give too much away just in case the video hasn't come out yet, but obviously it was gifted to me, so I will be keeping it. Into this next set. So, some of these I honestly don't like, but I just spent so much money, so it's hard for me to get rid of. But if you want them, let me know and I'll put them up on Mercari. So we have the Kaleidos palette. I think this is the dark. Yeah, this is the one with the black and dark. I'm trying to debate if I should get rid of this or not, because it's like nobody's heard from this brand in like a million years. I feel like they push like their with eyeliner pencils and stuff like that, but they haven't pushed any actual eyeshadow palettes in a while, and that's what I know them for. And since this is a kind of like a boring palette, I think I'm gonna put this in the We'll See pile with the other one, just because I'm like, they don't really have any exciting things they come out with in any form or fashion. Then I have this, what is it, Chantecaille quad. This is the Jaguar one. I like the color story of it. Some of their quads I do really like. This is one of the ones I do like as well, so I'm holding on to it. It's just a very simple everyday quad, which is why I don't really use it that often, but I did want to have something to reference the brand on the off chance I needed to here, so that's why I left this one here. I have the Hummingbird collection. I prefer that one a little bit more than I like this one, because I feel like the black in this isn't as pigmented as I want it to be. Then we have the Denim Metallic from Tom Ford. I think I used this like once in a video. This is what it looks like on the inside. I was thinking about decluttering this, so you all can let me know if you're interested or not, and then I can put it up on Mercari and you can get at it if you would like to. Because I wasn't a huge fan of this. I thought I was gonna like it more than I did. Now I don't know if this is a wet to dry formula or not when it comes to like the metallics in it, because I'm not that really versed in Tom Ford eyeshadow. I feel like his eyeshadows are like hit and miss for me. Some of them I like, some of them I don't like, and it's like for the price that they charge, I feel like, you know, I need to like it more than just okay. So this one will go on Mercari if you're interested. If not, I will just continue to hold on to it. Then I have, I think this is Lost Cherry. Sorry, Electric Cherry. This is the one that was supposed to have like the brighter reds in it. I feel like it didn't give what I wanted it to give, but it's like I have to remind myself like it's luxury eyeshadow. It's not like, you know, indie eyeshadow where I expect to get a whole lot of it. So it was okay for what it was, but I'm like, for the price he charges for it, I needed it to give more, and I don't feel like it gave enough for me. So again, if it's one that you're interested in picking up, let me know and I can put it up on my Mercari and give you a deal. I can give you a bundle deal on both of them if you want. I can do like 2 for $60 if you're interested, because as you saw, I literally only used them one time for each video where I showed them, and then that was it. I don't think I have used them since. So interested, let me know. I'll do 2 for $60. Then I have this Ultimate Vintage Jean Baby. Now they have really good eyeshadow palette quality mix. It's just I always feel like the eyeshadow palette costs way more than it should for a drugstore affordable brand. I feel like theirs is like ColourPop status pricing, but I'm like, you're in drugstore, so I guess I feel like I shouldn't have to pay that for a drugstore eyeshadow palette. Maybe that's just me, but the quality of this was really nice and the color story is really nice. So I'm gonna put it in the We'll See pile though, because I feel like when it comes to NYX, nobody really talks about the eyeshadow, including myself. So even though I like this palette, it's like realistically I don't ever really reach for it to use it. So I'm like, do I really need it? I feel like it would be fun to compare this to the Tom Ford Metallic Baby one, so I might do that. I'll set that to the side and we'll see about that. The last one I have to show you from this set is just some singles I got. So my bestie Deanne Loves Makeup sent me this. Here is a, I think, an activated eyeliner, and then these are from the Neon, whatever it is, the Futurism 5 palette. I took the matte shades out of it because I got rid of them, and these are Sydney Grace shadows here. So this is just a random palette of shadows that I'm going to hold on to. The last set we have is from Muggle and Natasha. So I only got a few little baby Natashas, and then I got a whole bunch of Pat McGrath and one like Natasha Denona palette in this drawer. I do have some more Natasha Denona palettes here, but like I'm trying to see if I'll be willing to get rid of some of my stuff from my Pat McGrath collection, especially because she's not really coming out with stuff like she used to anymore that is like stuff that we would halfway love. Now it's just like mediocre, and I don't even know what's going on with the brand, because I told y'all at the beginning of this video, like, you can find a whole bunch of Pat McGrath and Macy's for like $10, and I'm like trying to figure out what's going on. Like, mother, what's happening over there? I don't know, but I'm kind of concerned. Anyway, so I have the Baby Gold. What happened was, I think I ended up getting these for free when I had bought a certain amount of stuff from Natasha Denona's website during holiday sales. So I have Baby Gold, then I have Baby Biba, which is good because I don't have the Biba palette at all. I have a mini Biba and then I have baby Biba, but otherwise I don't have like the actual Biba palette itself. I think my bestie Dion Loves Makeup does, if you want to see some content on it. Then I have a baby retro palette. I do have the retro palette. Then I have the retro glam palette. What else? And then we have the baby glam palette. I don't have the original glam palette either. I don't think. I know I have mini glam and then I have this baby glam, but I don't think I ever got the original glam palette or glam midi palette, if you will. So I hold on to all those little bitty ones to keep here to reference Natasha Denona's formula when I need to. Then I have these baby Pat McGrath palettes. So I have, what is this one called? This Sublime Smoke. This is what it looks like. And then we have the Midnight Voyage. I like the Midnight Voyage better just because of the color story it comes with. But again, to be able to reference Pat McGrath, and if I want to go on vacation and take some Pat McGrath, I like to keep the little small ones around. So I have like, I used to have that Ecstasy eye kit that she had, and then I got this little plastic shimmery eyeshadow. So it's like I have these for my mattes to go with the plastic ones she came out with the shimmery eyeshadows in them. So that's why I hold on to these. But I do keep them here just to be able to reference Pat McGrath. But I'm thinking I'm taking these back home because it's like when I need to go on vacations. Sorry, I'll take them to my mom's house because when I need to go on vacation, I usually leave from my mom's house. So it'd be nice to just have some simple little quick things. So I'm going to take these back, especially because we have a lot of these bigger ones that you see here to reference Pat McGrath with now. So these can go back to my house. Put them behind me. Just putting stuff everywhere. I'm going to have to remember what goes where afterwards. This is the only Natasha Denona palette I had in that drawer with all the other Natasha Denona. So let me go ahead and show it. This is the Love Face palette. If you all remember, this one was not that great. The blush in here, I was not that crazy about. The highlighter was fine. It's just the blush that was meh. And the eyeshadows weren't all that. I do like the fact, though, that with now, even with these, you can pop them out. Because originally, if you all remember with the original, like, glam palette, she came out like this. You could not pop out the products. But this time you can, which I appreciate. So, I hold on to this because I like the eyeshadows in it. And I do like the highlighter. I'm just not a huge fan of the blush. But I'm going to continue to hold on to it. It's not bad. It's just like, compared to the original when she came out with in this packaging, it definitely let people down. I will say that. And I agree with the people. It was not all that. Then we have these three. So this one is, what is this? The Passion Fleur. I think this is the one in the pink packaging with just the mediocre eyeshadow formula. Yeah, so this one was okay. It wasn't all that. I love that it has the pink packaging. And it's not horrible because I do like this color story. It's just very, you know, mediocre for what Pat McGrath charges for. But like I said, after they took over, they just burned down Pat McGrath's legacy. In my personal opinion, you all can let me know what you think. I think we talked about this before, but I feel like the woman's legacy has just been tarnished. This is the Eden Eternal. I remember when Dr. Asher Her Makeup used to use like this palette as blush and highlighter before Pat McGrath came out with powder blush. Mine always gets stuck in the thing and then I have to take this out and all that out just to show the eyeshadow palette. It's so annoying. But yeah, Dr. Asher Her Makeup used to use these as blushes on her face. I love this shade right here and this shade. So I like these two shades right here. This is a nice transition shade. But otherwise, I'm just kind of like, I'm not in love with it, if you will. I do like it though, but I noticed that I started noticing they started doing like way too much pink. So that's why a lot of the ones I have that are like way too much pink, I just leave them here for like reference, if you will. But I'm gonna hold on to it. I wish Mother would redeem herself, but I guess she was just like, they let it go too far gone and she got her money, so she moved it on. So this is Fleur Fantasy. This was from that collection that came out during COVID when some of her eyeshadow, only one of her eyeshadow palettes was made in Italy and the rest were made in the US, and I could tell the quality of the one made in Italy from the one in the US immediately. This was my least favorite one though. Like the formula on this was not all that. Like the shimmers in here were not all that. Like I feel like this gives like Y2K vibes makeup, you know, like the ashy cool tone, like iridescent shimmers and these light pink, if you will. But I do really love this shade right here and this shade right here. And overall, it's not a terrible palette. It's just like compared to the other stuff that she has come out with, like I said, a lot of it is just started turning mediocre, which is why I don't hardly, if ever, reach for it. They have successfully just, I feel so bad. They have successfully ruined Mother's brand. It's not what it used to be at all. And I'm sad about it. Okay, so let's get into this one, and then we'll get into like some of the mini 5 pans they came out with. So this is Rose Decadence, I believe it is. Is that the name of this palette? Yeah, I was right. Rose Decadence. I like the color story of this, but every single shimmer in here isn't necessarily great, and every single formula in here isn't that great. Like, I like this shade and this shade. This was probably my favorite shade in here, but again, it's more of like this pinkish purplish type vibe. So it's like, I don't know if they're trying to turn her into Charlotte Tilbury with all the like purples and whatnot, but like, we were not feeling it. I was not feeling it. I can hold on to it though, because like I said, the formula isn't bad, and like the shimmers in it are decent. It's just too much pink, and it's like, I don't need that much pink in my collection. So we'll start off with these holiday palettes. So these are the 2 holiday palettes from her first time coming out with a huger holiday collection, or breaking down the size of the palette. So we have the Celestial Nirvana. This is Bronze Blitz. So this is more her like neutrally toned one with lots of bronzes that you can do a smoky eye with. And then there's more of like a peachy mauvey tone one called Nude Allure, which is this one right here. I'm not a huge fan of these palettes per se, just because I'm not that crazy about the formula. It's like, it's okay, but it's not like all that. So believe it or not, I'm thinking about putting these on the chopping block of We'll See. So we got this one, and let me show the third one, which is Sunset Romance. This is what it looks like. As you can see, like, all of them to me kind of give like similar vibes. To me, this gives like a similar vibe to this, except it gives more peachiness than it does like the bronziness. So if anything, I would keep this one and get rid of this one, and then just keeps the one that can give me a smoky eye, if you will. So we're gonna put this one on the chopping block, and We'll See along with these other things. I kind of want to put this one on the chopping block too, and just keep like the newer one of them. I don't know, because honestly, these are the ones that I like the least. So if anything, I think I might keep this one, and I'll put this one on the chopping block as well. But I feel like this one would go really nicely with this, and I think that's why I kind of wanted to keep it, because I'm like, I can put both of these together, and I feel like I'll get more mattes out of here. And this is all kind of like shimmer, and this to help darken up this black, because this black wasn't that dark from what I remember. So I think I'll hold on to these 2, and then maybe just put these 2 more neutralish ones on the chopping block. Let's see. I think I want to hold on to this one, and I think I honestly will just put this one on the chopping block. So we'll hold on to these, and these are 2 chopping block items for now, along with the Tom Fords, if you all were interested in them, 2 for $60. And this one I think I'm just gonna declutter, but we'll have to see how it goes up against this, because I am debating on doing that. We'll have to wait and see. So we have like 3 or 4 chopping block things. It depends on how you all feel about the Tom Ford, what I do with it. Of course, I'm gonna keep all 3 of these. So the Star Wars ones were very hard to get, at least the first go round it was, which is why she came out with the original palette that she did, because they had all the colors from Star Wars in it, and then you got like 3 new colors. So those 6-pan Star Wars were hard to get, but these, I feel like these were a little bit easy to get. To me, these are just miniature versions of her bigger palettes though. Like, this is a miniature version of this one right here, Midnight Sun, in my personal opinion. Let me open it up so you can see. And then a couple of the other ones were similar to other things. But yeah, like, I feel like this is just an extension of this palette, so you can just add this palette with this palette and make it. And I think that's why I left both of them here, because I'm like, this has blue shimmers and other shimmers that would go nicely with the color story of this palette. So I'm not getting rid of any of the Star Wars ones anyway, just because, you know, it's not happening. To me, there was more collector's pieces that I can like pose in my beauty room when I like have it organized to where I can have a, you know, a dresser in here. Well, not a dresser, but like a vanity in here and all that stuff. So I'm gonna hold on to this one. I actually still have the box that it goes into, so I have the box right here. I have the box for this other one as well, this sunset one, and then I have the box for the I think that's R2D2. I think, I don't know, I don't watch Star Wars, I don't know, but like, yeah, I have the box for him as well. This one just reminds me of Nocturnal Nirvana, the sparkly quad she came out with like a while ago. To me, this is just an extension of that, because it had this blue. It had, if I remember correctly, this was more of a greenish yellow than, it was more a green than like a yellow. And then it had the purple. So these are the only 2 new shades that aren't similar to that. But it doesn't have that sparkly astral blitz effects that those have. But I'm still holding on to it, because, like I said, for beauty room purposes, and for the fact that that one I'm talking about is super old compared to this one. So this one is newer than that one. So it's just something keeping mine, even though I like the formula of that one better. And since it's a sparkle, I would dare to put it on my eyes, believe it or not. I know, who am I? And then we have this one. So this one is really similar to the other one I showed you, I think. Yeah, see, this to me just gives more like bronze temptation or bronze seduction. I forgot which one it is. The Mothership number 5. It gives me the vibes of that without the fun reddish shade to it. And I think it's really similar to that sunset one that I said I was thinking about keeping. So we might get rid of the sunset one since I have the Star Wars one, and I know I'm not going to get rid of the Star Wars one. So let's see. Okay, now, so they're not as similar as I thought. This one gives more like a mauvey berryish type approach to it, whereas this one gives more like a warm summer bronzy look. So, okay. I was about to say, because if they're too close, like, I might just have to let it go, because I'm not trying to keep all that. So we are going to keep this one though. So I'm keeping all my stars. And I'm going to keep this, what is this? The Midnight Rose? Midnight Sun. You all already saw it, so I don't need to open it again. I am going to hold on to it. Although I have been seeing it, I think they've been showing it for $20 at like the store or something like that, of CVS. They've been showing Pat McGrath to CVS for $20, which I'm like, whoa. I thought it was fake because I was like, there's no way. But I'm like, at the same time, who's coming up with that? Then we have Starstruck Splendor. I believe this is the lighter one, and then the deeper one is the one with the purple bow on it, I think. Yeah, the deeper one should be the one with the purple bow on it. So this is the lighter one. This is what it looks like. I think this kind of reminds me of that new Makeup by Mario eyeshadow palette that he came out with, because it has a lot of like neutral tones in it, and then it has a couple of pops of green. So I think I'm going to do a Why You Don't Need featuring like this palette, because it's really similar to that. So I might not need to pick up that palette, Dion, because it looks really similar to this one. You should do a battle and compare both of them since you have both of them. Wait, no, I sent you the darker one. I didn't send you this one, my bad. But yeah, so I definitely am going to compare this and make a Why You Don't Need for it out of the Makeup by Mario palette. This is why I love going through my palettes with you all, because I come up with ideas along the way. So y'all saw we came up with like 4 different eyeshadow palette video ideas just within this one declutter video. That's why I love doing this, because I always get some form of inspiration with it. Anyway, this is the last Pat McGrath palette we have to show in this episode. Then I will come back with another episode another day. Each week I'm going to do a drawer. So I'll do one probably at the beginning of the week, and then we'll do a drawer at the end of the week. So this is the beginning of the week drawer, and at the end of the week we'll do another drawer. And then I have a whole chest of eyeshadow palettes as well. So this one is called Jewel Temptation. Yeah, this is one I got you, Dion. Jewel Temptation. This is what it looks like. But this to me just looks like the eyeshadow palette I talked about that was supposed to be the Star Wars theme that they ended up selling out of and people didn't get. So I was happy to have this, but the only thing is I have this in that other palette as well, which is why I brought this over here, because I'm like, I have the original one they came out with during the holiday that had all the Star Wars colors in it for the people who bought the Star Wars separately, and then the people who didn't get it got it in that palette, and they just added 3 different shades, which I feel like is similar to the Starstruck one I just showed. But this one, it definitely gives me vibes of that. So I love the color story of it though, so I'm not complaining. And I like the fact that it has blushes in it, because I'm like, Pat McGrath's blushes and highlighters are, you know, expensive. So to have them inside the eyeshadow palette, the only thing with that is if you're not a person who like does your makeup first and then your eyeshadow, it's like you'll forget to use the blushes that are in here. And I'm one of those people who does their eyeshadow first, so I don't think to come back and look in this palette. But this would be good if you're like going on vacation or something to use, because you already have your blush in there with it, and then maybe you only have to take a highlighter and a bronzer and not have to worry about taking blushes, but your eyeshadow palette comes with the blushes. But yeah, that's all I have for you all. So I'm not a person who declutters lots of eyeshadow. I figure maybe we'll get rid of a little bit more in the future, but right now we only have these like 4 or 5 that are sitting on the chopping block. Let me see. We have these 5 that are on the chopping block, and these only on the chopping block if you all want to buy them or not. If you don't, I can just save them for reference, because I do talk about Tom Ford makeup. I just don't talk about his eyeshadows like that. I usually talk more about like the complexion products, like his foundations, his concealers, his highlighters, his powders, stuff like that. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this eyeshadow video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Make sure you subscribe. Check out my shop LTK down below. I just joined. If you're into that, you can see a lot of the clothes I pick for my fashion channel through there, because I do link them on my shop LTK. So make sure you check it out over there, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye. See you guys next time. So I started a shop LTK. If anyone's interested, you can go over there and check out some content there as well. I'm kind of new to the platform, so I don't know what the hell's going on with it, but go over there and check me out if you want to and follow.